I've said in quite a few videos that trotting builds muscle and loping builds wind. And it's very important to build muscle, and it's also very important to build wind. Many people are either afraid to do a lot of loping, or they themselves don't have the stamina to do much loping. And it is possible to take a horse before it's ready to lope. And before it's ready, I mean has problems carrying itself correctly. A horse that inverts its back and you ask it to lope, often they'll gradually speed up. And that's an issue that I see quite often with horses that are being loped but don't quite have the muscle yet to lope correctly. So it's important that you do lope a pretty fair amount to get your horse to, one, get broke at the lope and let you control its body at the lope. As you go faster, your horse has a tendency to get stiffer, be less malleable, kind of listen to you less. It gets more reactive. So the lope actually does a lot for your horse mentally, as far as getting them mentally broke and listening to you. But it's important for working several maneuvers, like the stop. The stop is a maneuver that Hope is very weak on, and that's one thing that we've been spending a good bit of time with. And here in this video, we only ask her to stop. Raven's riding her. She only asked her to stop, I think, twice, maybe 3 times at the most. But the thing about the stop, it's the approach into the stop, the rounding the body, the pushing the back in, lifting the back and the shoulders. That's what's really important to build into a good, correct stop. You see me work Hope with the stop against the wall, doing the circles, and that got some body mechanics started correctly. Now Raven's loping all around the big arena, and she's going to be asking for just a couple of stops in a couple of strategic places. One of the things that you're going to notice is that when Hope's mind isn't on the stop isn't going to be as good. And one of the things, like when we were working the circle exercise in the small circles in the covered arena, she would get to thinking about the stop because it was repetitious. It was going to happen quite often. So she would start thinking about that wall was coming and the stop was coming. There, Hope is just kind of inverting her back, fussing, getting rounded up. Raven's going to get her all collected up correct. This is all the stuff I'm talking about. So you can get her using her body correct, soften at the pole, lifting her shoulders. She's riding her in a draw gag bridle. The purpose of that is to work on pole resistance, soften her pole, and it actually helps with lifting the back because the pole gets softer. The two things work together. You soften the pole, you soften the back. So she's going to lope a lot in both leads and move her body around. Bend her left, bend her right, work a little bit of counter bend in the lope. Actually do a little bit of counter canter, and you'll see her counter canter here in just a minute. All of this is geared towards using her body correctly and strengthening those muscles, building that wind, and getting her mind right so that when Raven does ask for the stop, Hope's body is in the right place, her body is strong enough, and she has the wind to build up to it, and we end up developing some nice stops. One of the key points in getting a good stop is to drive the horse all the way to the stop. And by drive, I mean push, ask the horse to keep building, pushing the back end, and then ask for the stop. You don't want the horse to be slowing down into the stop. You don't want the horse to be resistant in the pole or resistant in the back into the stop. You want everything soft, and you want the horse pushing with the back end. That puts the horse's body in the correct position for the stop. Much too often I see owners not loping enough. And you have to get the horse's wind built up enough in order to get these things trained at the lope. The trot builds muscle, the lope builds wind, and we need enough wind so that we can push Hope down in a lope where she can hold her body correctly and then ask for the stop. You see here, Hope is actually traveling pretty true and straight. She got a little crooked at the end, pretty true and straight. She broke gait right there, and that when I said she got crooked at the end, that's what caused that breaking gait. That's why she needs to be loped some more. She has to carry her body correctly for an extended period of time. I've talked about most of these horses, these more advanced horses, will lope for 20, 30, sometimes 40 minutes solid. And they need to be able to lope for that amount of time and keep their mind engaged in us for that amount of time. It's just like every other speed. In order to get the horse broke and steering and guiding and everything nice at a walk, you work it at a walk. You keep it slow. You take that, you build it to a trot. That was a pretty nice stop there. You build that to a trot, and then when they get where the trot is nice, you build it to a lope. And you have to work it at a lope. The only way to get a horse broke to do all the maneuvers at a lope is to practice. I ride a lot of horses that come in that's obvious that they just have not been loped very much. And there she's going into a counter canter, and that counter canter was to lift that left shoulder. I work a lot of horses that are sent to me that I can tell that have not been loped very much, and it's really important for physically and mentally to get the horse right, to get the horse doing what you want him to do. And all through this ride, you see Hope's rating her speed really nice. She has the muscle to hold it together for a pretty long time. I cut this video down, but the loping part of this video was a little over 20 minutes, just the loping part. While she's working this loping, she's working her reining circles so that she steers straight through the middle. She guides where Raven asks her to guide, make sure she's not falling in. I get a lot of questions about my horse is falling in a circle. What do I do about it? Well, most of the time, the horse is falling in the circle because they're not loped enough, they're not strong enough, and they haven't been taught to keep themselves up and in a circle. You see, she's loping circles and she lopes straight. We're always going to break apart the circles with straight work. That helps to lift the shoulders, drive the body straight. Helps with the mind so that the horse doesn't anticipate what's going to come next. At this point, she's been loping for probably 12 or 14 minutes after I edited some of this down that she was out of frame of the camera. And as you see, she's still pretty solid in her rhythm. Not getting too tired just yet. She has some wind built up. Something to work with, something to train. If the horse doesn't have any kind of fitness, doesn't have any kind of wind, it's hard to do any training. And that's a big issue with many of the horses that come in. They're not fit to begin with, and that's why a lot of them start off with some muscle soreness that we have to work through. And that's pretty common, just like you starting to go to the gym and work out, you're going to be a little bit muscle sore. It's similar with a horse. They're starting to use muscles that they're not used to using. Now, Hope, on the other hand, she has been through, she's far enough along in training, she's been past all that. She's worked through it. She don't get muscle sore anymore because she has the fitness to keep all this together and to keep working nice in a nice way. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I always include all the parts of horse training, the good, the bad, everything that's really necessary for a full, well-rounded horse. And even though this video just seems like a lot of loping, this is a necessary part of horse training so that you get the full picture of what's necessary. The horse needs this much loping physically, needs this much loping mentally. So I'll put a link here to Hope's playlist on YouTube. Until next time, thank you for watching.